Hey guys, jumping right in, we have a ton of new stuff to try out today. Some stuff from e.l.f., Benefit, Lancome, YSL, the Raw Beauty Christie lashes, Givenchy palettes, NARS. We have a ton here. A lot of new products out that I'm interested in and hope you guys are too. So we're gonna start off with brow stay. I already pretty much glued them down to my skin with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I'm using this instead of my Got To Be gel just because I'm testing out the new Benefit brow product today, and this is going to be my third time using it, and I have thoughts. So I have this shade Deep Brown, which is the darkest shade they have. That is the color right there. I find it quite light. It has one of those 3-prong tips, and for me to get that microbladed effect, which this says it gives, I need it to be a little bit darker, and I like to have the precision of just one so that I can actually create individual hairs, because there's places on my brows you can see where I don't need too much filling in. But when you have a 3-prong thing like this, it's gonna fill in areas you don't really want filled in. However, I do like this for just super quick brows. So I'm just going to actually start off by filling in under my brow just to create the line down there. And I need help on my tail and at the front of my brow. The prongs actually get caught in my brow hairs, which is funny. So I kind of have to do it sideways a little bit, which I feel like defeats the purpose of the 3 prongs. So you can see my brows can get done super quick using this. And I wish this would also come with a spoolie because I do get some areas where it gets a little darker. That is one brow done. You can see the difference there. Super quick and easy to do. I am definitely going to get used to this. I do like it. It's going to be great for quick brow days. I just have a couple issues that I highlighted, and I don't think this is going to work for everyone because honestly, it's hard to even show up on my skin, and I'm not that dark. And this is the deepest color they have. I'm just going to quickly clean up my brows with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer. This is the concealer you guys picked on my Instagram stories between this and the Giorgio Armani. And I will be using this underneath my eyes. I'm just going to use this as a base for my eyeshadow today. I actually wanted to do the face first instead of my eyes. I'm hoping there's no fallout with those eyeshadows. If there is, we will deal with it when it comes. I'm going in with the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. I hauled this in my really big haul recently. I say 90% to 95% of the makeup I'm using is actually new, and then the rest is new to me. Like, this isn't a new product, it's just new to me. It doesn't feel like a silicone-y primer though. This feels amazing on the skin. I feel like my foundation's gonna glide on so nice with this. First impression is really good. I just hope it doesn't slip off because it feels, it's drying down a bit. It was feeling slippery, but not too silicone. This is probably my favorite time using this brow product. I keep looking at my brows. It's just, it did cling to certain spots I didn't need the filling just because of the 3 prongs. But just me playing around with it for a little bit has made it better each time I've used it, so that's good. For foundation, I'm using the Nabla Close-Up Futuristic Foundation. I think I might have used this in one tutorial before. I wanted to play around with it some more. I have Tan T30 as my shade. I was gonna use a different foundation today, but it was much too light for me. This one's a little bit dark. Yeah, I'm definitely more red toned than this color. And this is more orange. We're gonna have to play scientist here. Just gonna mix a little bit of my Hourglass Warm Beige because my skin is definitely more pinky red today. Much better. So this one was too light. This one was too warm, but you can see combining that, that's like a perfect match for me. Moving on to the eyes, I'm going to finish off the complexion after. I have these 2 palettes from Givenchy. I asked on IG stories which one you guys wanted to see. The majority of you wanted to see this one. These are the kind of palettes that I honestly, well, this one I probably could complete a whole look with, but this one I have a hard time completing a whole look with this just because the colors are random and there's not enough blending transition shades. I was looking at the retail value and I believe these are $86, which honestly, I was looking at other palettes for this price point and I can think of other palettes that are similarly priced that I would honestly pick up before this. And these were sent in PR, but I know you guys were interested in me trying. And they came with a brush you could put together. So you get an eyeshadow brush and a blending brush, which is better than those sponge brushes. I might actually start with that cream shade to see how that looks to set the eye. I'm definitely not going to use this brush because it's making the formula look not very good. So that eyeshadow brush I would use for like a glitter. And I don't want to say I hate the formula just based on a brush. So just going to lightly set that concealer and work from there. Right now it's not my favorite cream I've ever used. Similar price points to the Givenchy is the Natasha Denona bronze palette. See, this fluffy brush isn't bad. Like, this is just a way different material. So yeah, the Natasha Denona bronze palette I would pick up. A Huda Beauty palette I prefer to pick up over this price point. Get a lot more shades in it. So the mixture of some warm and cool shades is throwing me off slightly. I'm going to try and wet this brush, and we're going to put on one of these more glittery shades on the lid. This glitter shade is actually going on really nice, and this is the type of way I would use this flat brush, is to wet it and use these glitter shades. The only thing I don't like about this palette so far is just I'd have to reach for another palette, which I'm going to have to do because honestly, the only transition color that I can use in this look is just much too cool. The color story just seems random to me. So if you like the individual colors, I think it would be nice just to use to supplement another eyeshadow palette. But I wouldn't reach for purchasing this palette on its own. So I haven't used this before on my channel. I'm gonna reach for this just to supplement this look. This is the Nabla Dreamy eyeshadow palette, and I thought this color would look good in the crease because it's kind of similar to our lid shade, and then we can deepen it up, just play around with this. Just even playing with this palette, the Givenchy in the matte lacks pigment. Just being honest, I wouldn't spend my money on the Givenchy myself. Just first impression, obviously these videos I need to play around with it more, try more colors, but just looking at it, testing out the couple colors I did, there's just other palettes I would honestly purchase for that kind of price point. For lashes, we're gonna move past, gonna clean everything up. It will look good, it will come together, I promise. Right now it's looking a little bit rough, but we're going to go in with the new Lancome Monsieur Big Extreme, which I'm super excited to try. So let's see how this makes our lashes look. I wish the brush wasn't so sporadic. It just looks like straight in some areas, crossed in others. That's what I mean by sporadic. That's why I've never really liked this mascara myself. For me, it's not even the formula. It's the wand that does it for me. And right now my eye is blurry. Are you a fan of Monsieur Big? I know a lot of people are. It's just the brush for me. I think the formula would be good if it had a different brush. It's close to a brush that I like, but honestly, it's just not my favorite. Those are my lashes with 2 coats of the Monsieur Big Extreme. It's not bad. As I said, I just don't like the brush. It's sporadic. Does anyone else know what I mean when I say that about that brush? Then I picked up the lashes from Raw Beauty Kristi. I wasn't able to get my hands on the palette. I love these lashes so much. These are faux mink lashes. They come pretty long, so if you have big eyes, they're gonna for sure fit you. So I'm gonna use the pair Lovely. I just really need concealer. I think that's what's throwing me off. I just look rough. So the lashes are on, they're very dramatic. They hide all your secrets, mistakes. I know my makeup is gonna look good in the end, but it goes through this whole ugly stage, which I'm like, please turn out. So I'm going to be using that same concealer we used to prime our lid underneath my eyes. This is full on full coverage. I have the shade 2.6, So the new one from Makeup Forever. You do not need a lot of this. A little goes a very, very long way. This is quite light for me right now, but you can just go over with your foundation brush to tone it down, and it will still maintain that coverage and brightness underneath. Like, look at how beautiful that finish is. Definitely recommend this concealer. I thought it was going to be too dry at first, but it's beautiful. It doesn't feel dry on the skin at all. The wonders of concealer. That just made everything better. Like, I was looking sick with just the red eye makeup. That's what I find a lot of the times. Like, I was just looking ill. Like, do we start over? What do we do? I haven't actually tried this before, but this is from CoverGirl. This isn't new, but it's new to me. It is their Banana Loose Mineral Powder. I'm just going to use this lightly underneath my eyes because I do have something for all over the face. I'm just going to take a little bit on my damp beauty blender. Deciding if I like it or not. I don't typically use yellow under my eye, even though it makes more sense with the tan. I just prefer a pink. I just think it's because I'm more pink tone at the moment. So the powder itself is really nice. Love how smooth the finish is. Just probably would prefer a different tone. To add a little bit of glow to my face, I'm going to use this YSL Touche Éclat 3D All Over Glow powder, and it's supposed to give just a light glow to the skin. You can use this as a pinpoint highlight, and it's going to give you more intensity if you do that. I just want a light, very light, all over glow. You can see what that did to the skin. I just have my forehead and this side of my face. And this is still matte. I like both sides, honestly. Matte is more perfecting. However, I like the added glow too. And then for bronzer, I'm going to attempt to use this. And I say attempt because it has a gold overspray on it. It's the Paradise Found bronzing powder from NARS. You can see that gold, which I am going to try to avoid. I don't know if you've noticed, but I already have glitter on my face. My daughter got this dress up chest, which has a bunch of dresses in it, and one of them has a ton of glitter on it. So I've honestly been trying to get it off myself, off her, off our house, everywhere, literally. Yesterday, because the dress kept making glitter everywhere. And it literally will not go away. This is a really pretty color. Ooh, I love it. Just, why do we do this? Why do we put that on? I don't want my face looking like that. It's a really creamy bronzer. I already got one on my cheek. Such is my life. So this bronzer is a subtle bronze on my skin tone. Still really pretty. Like, you guys know, I'm all about bronzers. And this is one that I like, minus the gold. Then I'm so excited for these. I got a bunch of these face duos from e.l.f. in PR. And this is the shade Spiced Apple. You're such a mess. So I'm just going to take the blush. Figure this color would probably best suit this look. Blush makes such a difference. Like, that whole side of my face looks thinner than this one. Doesn't it? Ow, I just hit myself in the face. How do you guys watch me? This is gorgeous. It might be one of my favorite things. I love that. Such a pretty color. This is gonna be perfect for fall. Just like every day for me, honestly. I'm gonna test this highlight out as well. If it's too dark, we will mix it. It's not too dark. I can tell that that would look wet on someone who's darker skin than me. Like, it would be really pretty. e.l.f. has honestly been killing it for me. Like, I love their products and they're so affordable. Just gonna quickly put a little bit of color underneath my eyes and do my lower lashes. And then we're gonna finish up the face. Then for lips, I'm gonna be using my favorite lipstick right now. And to line it, this isn't new, but it works perfectly with this color. So I'm using the Bare Minerals new Minimalist Hydra Smoothing Lipsticks. I always forget the name. It's in the shade Memory. Funny enough, I forget the name all the time. Right. MAC Cork, gorgeous. I'd use MAC Spice too. And here is the shade Memory. I always like adding just a little bit of concealer or a white lip mix to the center just for dimension. All my lipsticks just makes the lips look better in my opinion. And then we're going to finish off our face. I have 2 setting sprays here. I've used the IT Cosmetics, not in a video, but just regular bases right now. And I really like this. It's their Your Skin But Better setting spray. 16-hour wear up to. And this one just came in the mail yesterday from e.l.f. and I've been really excited to try it. Also up to 16-hour wear. e.l.f. does the best seals. Like, they're easy to peel off. So thank you, e.l.f. for making good seals. Just gonna shake this up. Make sure I'm spraying it at my face because apparently I was gonna spray it at my monitor. I'm a mess. It smells different. I like it. This is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this testing new makeup. Definitely a bunch of things that I love in here. Some things that were meh, like personal preference for me. I just wouldn't spend my money on. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna like it. There's nothing that was horrible, like absolutely horrible, that I'd be like, no. Few products I wanted to highlight, just quickly talk about. The new Benefit Brow product, it's growing on me. Honestly, if I would have filmed this the first time I used this, I would have hated it. It took me some getting used to of how I like to use this to fill in my brows. There's a couple issues that I mentioned earlier on that I'm not going to go over right now that I do think would make it better. Again, that's just personal preference. And honestly, this was so quick for me to do. I'm 100% going to be using it again. And then for concealer, no brainer for me, the new Makeup Forever concealer. It is so good. If you like similar concealers to me, you're gonna love that concealer. The Lancome Monsieur Big Extreme. A lot of people are gonna love this mascara. I've never been a Monsieur Big fan, but if you do like it, you'll probably like this one. It gives you really nice volume. It's just the brush for me. It's sporadic. As I said, I'm big on the brush. I could pretty much use any formula. I don't really have issues with flaking, smudging, clumping, smearing ever with mascara. It's very rare for that to happen. It's just the brush for me that really makes or breaks it. And this brush is just not my personal perfect brush for my lashes. The Givenchy palettes, $86. Do I think it's worth the price? For me, no. Do I think it's horrible? Also, no. Do I think there's better products? Yes. So for me, I would personally pass on this. I think some people are still gonna like it, maybe wanna check it out. Just for me, it was a no. The NARS bronzer is beautiful if you can get past that overspray. I know some people can't, but for me, I would still purchase that. These e.l.f. face duos are amazing, so beautiful. Even if some of the highlights can't work for your skin tone, I would still get it just for the blushes or vice versa. Like, it's definitely worth even just one of the products in here. They're very, very good. Very impressed with those. The Bare Minerals lipstick, love these. Keep going on and on about them. Mineralist Hydra Smoothing Lipsticks. And this is the shade Memory, which I keep forgetting the name of the actual lipsticks, but I can remember Memory, thank goodness. And then the Raw Beauty Kristi lashes, beautiful. Again, I've used them multiple times and can say that they hold up. They're very dramatic, cover any kind of mistake you make with your eyeshadow. I love these kind of lashes that can just cover all my problems. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these new makeup products in action. This look, I actually tried to recreate one of the other looks that I was wearing in a video that I know some people requested. So it has the same tones, same lip combo that I wore there. So if you like that look, this is it here, just recreated with some new products, but it's pretty much exactly the same. You can use whatever products you have and create similar look is what I'm saying. You don't need to buy everything that I use. So I hope this helped you out, maybe decide if some of these new products are for you or not. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to do so. Hit that red button below, the bell, if you want to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.